May just be, Alan, that Bradford have latched onto this thought about the ball over the top of the defence.
Well, that was certainly a very cute ball, a very clever ball from Beagrie, and they were certainly very flat, Barnsley. But it is an opportunity for them anyway.
It is. It's Eden's free kick, and once more O'Brien flicks the ball away with Dyer advancing and in a very favourable position again.
Certainly on the right spot again. There he is again, Dyer, almost up to certain scorer. Good interception.
It was Scott Jones who got the header in at the far post. Scott Jones is only 5'10", but he gets up as well as anybody in the league. Barnsley's corner, inevitably from the left boot of Barnard. Dyer's in the 6-yard area. It's beyond him, and it's in the net. And I think it's Sheeran. It is. It's a one apiece. Bradford will ask questions about their marking, but how many goals do Barnsley get from corners?
Well, I think it's all about the quality of ball in, John. He pings a magnificent ball in, does Barnard, and Sheeran's gone in there, got his head to it, in the 6-yard box, a goal scorer's goal. Just what Barnsley needed, really, to get back in it that early.
Sheeran's 7th. And the Nationwide League side level again with the Premier League club. Dave Bassett and Peter Shirtliff there. Dave Bassett, the man called upon by Chairman John Dennis to try and get Barnsley back into that Premier League that they occupied with such pride. Dyer, there's another lively burst from him. O'Brien in attendance, so Tinkler swings one across here for Sheeran. It's only got as far as Appleby and now Barnard. Well, he's making some very good foraging runs down that side, the Welsh international, who's probably playing the best football of his career at the moment. He's already got 7 goals this season and he's contributed to a few more.
I think when Barnard scores, they're always good goals, aren't they, John? Always stunning volleys and things like that.
He specialises in them. Now then, a bit of variation here. Hignet's going to take this one. And it's a dangerous looking one too. And that one came back off Wetherell. So you can see why Eric Tinkler is holding his hands on his head. That may well have been destined for the net. Barnard does take this one. And Walsh only just there. Hignet's thumping shot is kept out. We'll see in the replay who by in a moment. May well be Stephen Wright.
Well, Barnard's corners are certainly causing a few problems in there.
Here's another one. Oh, must be! And it is blasted in by Morgan, almost right on the line. Chris Morgan scores his first ever goal for Barnsley. Not a bad place to shoot from.
Well, he shouldn't have missed, should he? But I think Bradford will be disappointed not to have got that away. Very easy chance in the end for the central defender. He's very pleased with that, quite right. Not the best of balls in, really, from the corner, but a little bit of a skiddy surface, as we said earlier.
Well, it's always a great moment for a player when he scores his first ever goal, and that's what has just happened to Chris Morgan. Barnsley born and bred, and he gives Barnsley a 2-1 lead, and both goals have come from corners, and Paul Jewell will be furious about that.
Well, I think it's interesting to note, really, John, since Bradford got that quick equaliser, or Barnsley got the quick equaliser, they've certainly had the lion's share of the game.
Here goes Blake for Bradford, though, slipping and a sliding, but weaving his way into position for some danger. This is brilliant from Blake. Got a corner in the end, but that's where he's so skillful.
Yeah, very, very impressive player. I particularly like him when he plays through the middle off Mills. Had a tremendous season last season for Bradford.
17 goals last season, and he tried to tee up one there. And here is that corner, and dealt with very effectively by Kevin Miller there. The ball's been kicked away by Robbie Blake, and there's only one thing ever happens after you do that. and that is that the referee summons you and you give him your name. And he's got enough problems.
Yeah, quality ball in again from Bernard, and Ignate's got himself unmarked there. A terrific block from the defender. There's the free header back. Looks certain to score. Terrific block.
It would have been 2 for Sheeran, but the block was by Wright. Barnard. Oh, over the top of everybody. Eden thumps it wide. I think the whistle had gone in any event, but Nicky Eden should really have hit the target.
Yet again, Bernard's made a good angle and whipped the ball in. Yes, definitely a foul, elbows up on the goalkeeper. But they've struggled with cross balls nearly all night, Bradford.
Well, as a manager, Alan, I'm sure you'd say that he'll probably just tell his lads to keep on playing the way they are doing.
Well, their attitude's been first class since they responded to the first goal, John.
And Barnsley lead by 2-1. They went down to Lee Mills' strike on 20 minutes, but they came straight back thanks to Mike Sheeran. And the second goal also came from a corner.
And John Helm.
McCall does well there, nicking it past McClare. Has to turn the other way though before supplying the short ball for Mills. They're all jostling ahead of him, and Mills chose the wrong option in the end.
Well, you take your chance. He's held the ball up, moved it onto his left foot, and he'll be disappointed with his effort, obviously. I think at times, you know, Harry would want a little bit more from Craig Ignat. Very, very talented player, very clever footballer. His body language at times doesn't look the best, because I think he's playing to balance the system off, playing wide on the right. But he's such a talented player. Obviously, the more he can get on the ball, the better Harry would prefer it.
Yeah, there he is. He's a crowd pleaser, isn't he, Ignat? And he's got that ball in for Dyer's header, just as you were saying about him.
Well, he's such a talented player, and I think at times his body language hasn't been good. I think he would prefer to play in more of a free role behind the front two, which is what he's able to do when they play the 3 centre-back system. But it's not really systems that work and win games, it's players that win games. Performances of players.
Well, Craig Ignat has certainly won many a game. Good goal-scoring midfield man. Dyer seeing a lot of the ball at the moment. Tinkler. Dyer, if he gets goal side of the defender here, might well be in. He goes down, and referee Durso points to the spot. Penalty won by Dyer, conceded by Wetherill. Barnsley can go 3-1 up here.
Well, it's a ball over the top, isn't it? A bit of a ball, but it's very strong and powerful, is Dyer. Little bit of a tussle. I suppose you could say he's been pulled or pushed to the ground.
Bradford are still arguing the toss here, but what is undisputable is that Dyer has gone down, and the second he did, referee Durso said penalty kick to Barnsley. There's been a hold-up there because Tinkler was receiving treatment, but now Darren Barnard will step forward. He's scored 7 times this season already, 3 times from the penalty spot. This to beat Gary Walsh and to put Barnsley 3-1 ahead. Walsh hopping up and down on the line. It's a trusty left boot, is that one?
Well, when you see the quality of strikes and goals he scores, you're not really sitting here thinking he's going to miss that, are you? It'd be interesting to see what action Paul Gill takes now. Tries to maybe change the system, maybe a change around the personnel, and try and get his Bradford team back in the game.
It's the perfect penalty. Oh, Bradford needs something quickly now, and they might get something here as well. Well, that one's flashed right across the penalty area. That long throw was all right, and there are plenty of Bradford bodies in there. Blake brings it to ground. It'll pose a problem with this, enough for a corner to come from the head of Jones.
Just a collision of arms and legs, really.
Nothing more than a mild skirmish. Now then, Blake for one, McCall for two. But Windass seems to fancy it. Miller's taking his right hand upright at the moment. A solid red wall. It's over. Oh, it's wide. Fair enough try from Dean Windass.
Yeah, quite a clever free kick. Obviously tried to disguise his chip a little bit and send the goalkeeper the other way. But I think the goalkeeper's got the ball well covered there. Knows it's going wide. But a fair effort from Windass.
Free kick, Barnsley. He hates losing, doesn't he, McCall?
Well, he's tried to lead by example. He's had a very, very busy game tonight. Tries to spur his team on. A good captain. I think the linesman's given that, obviously, for handball.
Well, Barnsley don't particularly need goals at the moment, but they wouldn't mind another one. And Tinkler gets a header through, which just missed out Shipley. It's Bradford who need goals. There was a handball, but the referee plays the advantage. Blake away, two across the middle. Oh, and he's run into a blind alley. And there waiting for him was Barker. But he's given the ball straight back to Redfern. Over towards Rodriguez. Sharp. They have to be urgent here. Bradford! Oh, that's urgency, isn't it? David Wetherill. What a header. What a header.
Ball, but a quality ball. Quality cross from Sharp.
And Barnsley are now the ones wanting to hear the final whistle. O'Brien is coming forward. Well, it would be incredible if Bradford were to get this game as far as extra time now, having been two behind. Redfern.
Well, it's certainly would. You know, the more, as I say, Bradford need to force the game. It's important now that Barnsley get possession, get the ball in the opposition's half, and just try and keep it.
And Wetherill and Rodriguez, who's also a tall figure, and Mills and Windass, they're all quite tall fellas, are all on the far side of the penalty area. Should the ball be chipped across that way again. On the other hand, Redfern might drive it in, so might Jacobs. And in fact, McCall is moving away, so it looks like Redfern's going to have a dip here. Thrilling shot and a very fine stop indeed, the best of the night from Miller.
Well, it was a good strike from Redfern, but the goalkeepers have got his angles right, obviously, and I thought it was quite an easy save for him.
Sharp, flicked header over the top. It's got to be a goal kick. It's an interesting corner. The one Bradford player played it against the other. Here it is again, though. You reckon this is a relatively easy save?
Well, he's got both hands to the ball, look. Got both hands to the ball. I don't think it's going right in the corner. I think the goalkeeper would have been very, very disappointed to have conceded a goal with that.
He made it look spectacular, but he kept it out. That was the important fact. And there are 55 seconds left, according to the electronic scoreboard, but there must be a little bit of time added. People are never aware of the fact they always have 30 seconds on for each substitution.
Well, they certainly do, and there's been enough substitutions tonight, for sure, John. I think we've got a good 4 minutes left to play yet. Bradford have got a good opportunity.
Yeah, they're having a real go at Barnsley. A grandstand finish, Blake might provide it! Oh, the crowd went there, they rose because it whipped the net. But Hignett away for Barnsley. Is the time for them to get a fourth goal that really would wrap it up? Hignett still, and Hignett! And the save by Walsh. And referee Durso looks again at the watch and says play on. That's it, Barnsley through. And a notable victory for them. Handshakes between the managers, disappointment for Paul Jewell. Bradford have not won any of their last 8 matches at Valley Parade now. But that penalty goal from Darren Barnard in the early minutes of the second half just gave Bradford too much to do. And even though David Weatherall scored for them in the closing moments, they go out and Barnsley go through to round 4. Bradford City 2, Barnsley 3.